Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Gentlemen,
The beverages have
welcome
arrived.
back. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
How we doing?
Good to be here at Red Cow. As
Good.
always.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Yeah. Thank you.
Beers for you?
Yeah.
Real quick, had another Vikings question for y'all, if that's cool.
Yeah.
With training camp around the corner, how are y'all thinking the Vikings are going to look this year, record-wise?
It's a good question, Jeremy. We're going to answer that after we cheers these beers right here.
Bees.
Get it in there, right there, huh?
So, just quick record prediction. Our fourth record prediction.
Oh boy.
No, not the schedule, the whole thing. Just
Go ahead, Judd.
I'm gonna go 8 wins,
8 wins.
8 and 9. Don't think they're great. Don't think they're terrible.
okay.
7 and 10.
Mr. Negative.
Yeah, I know. 7 and 10. I think the start's going to be too tough to overcome, and I think they'll win. I mean, they're not going to be dog water, but they'll be 7 and 10.
Dog water win.
I'm going. You're going 7. You're going 8.
Yep.
I'm going 9. I'm going 9. So
be good.
look at that little optimism to start this episode of Purple Over Beers here from Red Cow in Uptown, and our guy, the sports dad Judd Zulgad, as we wait for our food here, has prepared a list of, with Aaron Jones joining the Vikings from the Packers.
Yep.
He joins a long list of players who have migrated across the border, and you have ranked the top 10 players who've
Yes.
gone from Packer uniforms to Vikings uniforms.
Correct. So there have been 65 players who have played for both teams. But I'm eliminating if you played for the Vikings first. You had to play for the Packers first.
Okay. You have to be a true Packer.
You have to be a true
first.
Packer, but you
right.
don't have to go right from Green Bay to the Vikings.
Yeah.
So like if you
Oh, okay.
pass through
Work around.
Kansas City,
Sure.
Okay.
you know, if you pass through a team,
Little layover.
And you didn't have to start
Exactly
your
right.
career in Green Bay. You
Correct.
could start it with the Falcons and then go to Green Bay, in like the early 90s or something.
Absolutely.
Okay. Just
Absolutely.
a non-specific example.
So I've got 10 players ranked. It's actually 11 because there's a tie for 10th, and it's not a good thing. But I will start off with missing the cut, okay? Because there's going to be 3 names here where I think if I ignore them, fans are going to be like, "Oh, come on."
How'd you not bring up
Yeah,
that guy?
exactly right. So let's
Right.
just go through those quickly. Receiver Robert Ferguson.
Yeah.
2001 through 6 as a Packer, 2007-8 with the Vikings. Ultimately only played in 8 games, 3 receptions.
Great blocker, though.
A great
Right?
blocker, and he was very upset one day when he was mad at the Vikings, and he had removed all of his stuff but his shoes from his locker
Yeah.
at Winter Park. And I asked him about it the next day. I'm like, "Your locker was empty," and he's like, "Why are you looking at my locker?" I said, "Well, because we have access to your locker, and I saw it. That
It's not like
it
a
was-
closed door locker.
No,
like
it's in the
you're-
locker room.
Yeah.
Everything was gone." I'm like,
Calm down.
"Fergie,
Rob.
what's going
Come
on?"
Bobby, calm down. Yeah.
Second guy missing the cut, Desmond Bishop, a linebacker for the Packers, actually pretty good there, 2007 and 12.
Okay.
Forgot about him.
Got picked up here in 2013.
Yeah, I remember that.
4 games in 1 start,
I remember him. Yeah.
and he's out.
Yep.
So he missed the cut.
Okay.
And the last one, a familiar name from last season, Dean Lowry.
Oh, man. I feel like Dean we were sold a bill of goods on old Dean.
I think we were just a guaranteed of when
Well-
Judd would rank the PFF grades. We were just a guaranteed bottom 3 player. Dean Lowry.
Dean Lowry. Auto
Lowry.
guess Dean Lowry.
There was certain people in town who talked about how playing for the Packers from 2016 to 22, he wrecked the Vikings game plan.
Yeah. Then he wrecked the Vikings.
And then he wrecked the
Yeah,
Vikings
yeah,
game
yeah,
plan.
yeah, yeah.
Classic.
Nine games, 4 starts. See you later, Dean. You don't make the cut. All right.
All right.
The list.
There we
Now
go.
again, the list is going to start. I just warn you. I made a top 10 list. I committed, but it's not going to start pretty. All right.
Okay.
So like, it's going to pick up. It's not going to start pretty. Tie for 10th place. 2 cornerbacks. Bashad Breeland
Oh, man.
and Shandon Sullivan.
Shandon Sullivan.
Take your pick of which one was
Slot
worse.
specialist. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Now let me give you Breeland, because I think he was such a pain in the arse.
He was a chief between,
Yeah.
right? Or
Bingo.
Yeah,
Won a
okay.
Super Bowl, right?
2
Or went to the
seasons
Super Bowl.
in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually had 2 picks and 5 pass breakups in 13 games with the Vikings in 21
Okay.
before he melted down on Zim
That's
and was
right.
basically kicked off
Kicked
the
off
team.
the team.
Yeah.
Shandon Sullivan, 7 pass breakups in 17 games and 10 starts, did nothing here. Bashad Breeland actually was a more productive Viking.
Which is, that's saying something right there.
All right.
All right.
Number 9, way back time machine, boys.
Okay.
Jan Stenerud, the Hall of Fame kicker.
Oh man.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to
Before
love
our
this.
time.
A Viking from
Educate me.
1980 to 83, or I'm sorry, a Packer, and then a Viking in 84, 85. He was one of the few players who was traded by the Packers to Minnesota for a 7th round draft choice in 1984.
Wow.
Rare trades.
Yeah. Okay.
Rare trades. But here's my favorite Stenerud part, because it's old school kicking, and statistically there's nothing funnier than old school kicking. Jan Stenerud led the National Football League in his first year here, making 87% of his field goal attempts.
At the time, that was huge, right?
Lights out.
You get cut. Dan Bailey was like 85% got
Yeah.
cut or whatever. a
Led
couple
the
years ago,
NFL.
Are we sure Jan
Yeah.
Stenerud isn't in the AWA? It sounds exactly
does sound
like
like
Jan
Yeah.
Stenerud was
Yeah,
a
sounds like
famous
a-
chief. He was with Casey forever.
He sounds like an original Four Horsemen
Yeah,
or something.
dude.
It's like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and
He was wrestling
Jan
Kevin
Stenerud.
Von Erich
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
1980s or
No.
something.
So he made the Pro Bowl that first year as a Viking.
Wow,
The
okay.
next season, his percentage fell to 57.7%.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
pretty bad,
dude.
dude. That's
That's horrendous.
It's not going to keep you around in the National Football
Maybe go
League
play.
in the
Maybe go wrestle.
1980s.
Okay, so that's number 9. Number 8, we go even farther back before sports dad's time, which is hard to do.
Wow.
Defensive back, Dale Hackbart, who was a Packer in 60 and 61, but then was a Viking from 66 to 70. All right?
Okay.
7 picks in 2 years, 2 touchdowns, started 27 of 67 games as a Viking. He then spent, and this is the best part, he then spent 3 seasons in Washington with that football team before defecting to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Oh.
Bud Grant's old squad.
This is back when guys used to do that,
Yeah. Sure.
and
Yeah.
then became a Viking.
Huh.
Yeah.
So there's
do you think there's a Blue Bombers equivalent of Purple Daily?
If there is,
Blue Bombers Daily?
our good friend Ross Brendel is on
Brendel's
it.
right
He's
on it.
yeah.
huge Blue
He actually
Bomber.
hosts it. I forgot about that.
Was he on the first Super Bowl team? He said 69, right?
66 through 70. So he
So,
might
yeah,
have been.
He would have been
yeah.
on at least the first trip to the Chiefs,
He
right?
very well
Yeah.
might have been. But the best part about this too is it's back in the day when guys were and remain listed as DBs.
Because
can't
they're just
find
they're
corners.
just in the back of the defense. So we're just gonna call them defensive
Just
backs.
like go as far back as you
They
can,
roam,
Dale.
yeah, they roam around. No one knows what they do. They just,
All right, back to guys whose names you probably know.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Ezra Tuola.
yeah.
Ezra.
Ezra.
National
Anthem
anthem
specialist, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
A Packer in 91, 92, and then was sort of mysteriously let go because he didn't play poorly. The Packers actually signed former Viking Keith Millard and jettisoned Ezra, who then was a Viking from 92 to 96. 5.5 sacks, so not great, but not terrible. Over 5 years, 60 games, 28 starts. He had been a second-round pick of the Packers.
Yeah. Probably most
he was a
well known
second-round pick.
for his voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
2 things. One, he was on the 98 Falcons team that came back here and beat
That's
the
right.
Vikings,
Yeah.
which
right.
really hurt.
Yeah.
Second of all, the Vikings did not get the last laugh here because in 93, the Packers signed nose tackle Gilbert Brown, who had been drafted by the Vikings but showed up at 355 pounds.
Yeah.
And Denny got so mad he cut him at the end of training camp. And as he became known, the Gravedigger went on to a great career.
Yes, he did. At the time, it's funny because Gilbert Brown at the time was like this ridiculously massive football player. And now I feel like now there's a bunch of dudes who have approached that size. Anyway, okay, keep going.
Too bad they didn't keep him. Number 6, Greg Jennings.
Big
Still lives.
Jenny.
Loved it so much here. He still lives in the Twin Cities. His
does,
wife
yeah.
has a boutique clothing store in the North Loop.
Oh, I did know that. Yes.
Works for Fox, right?
He does some
Or did work
Fox.
for Fox.
He did at one
Spotty.
point. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. Yep. See him on the herd.
So, a second round pick by Ted Thompson
Yeah.
and a Packer, and a very good Packer from 2006 to 12, signs here very much to stick to the
About to
Packers.
say.
Yeah.
2013 and 14,
Eh.
and he's done.
Doesn't matter who's throwing me the football.
Yeah.
I'll go for.
And
It does, though.
It does. Yeah, no. Christian Ponder is not
definitely
the
does
guy.
matter who's throwing you the football.
I know we're entering this territory, but that was definitely, to your point, a stick it to the Packers type
Yeah.
of signing with
Yeah.
Greg coming to
Yeah,
Minnesota.
and Greg was like, I'm going to get
Yeah,
even.
I remember
And
that.
then if you guys recall, he would not refer to Aaron Rodgers by name. He called him 12.
Called him 12.
12.
Yeah.
That didn't work out too well. 127 catches for actually 1,546 yards, 10 touchdowns in 31 games. Bang, released by the Vikings.
Yeah, gone.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right, top 5.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is, Declan's not going to know this name. Phil, I think, will. Linebacker Jeff Brady.
Hold on. Timeout at 5.
Yep.
Is that our food? Okay. No, you can bring it over here. Yeah. It's
Love it.
halftime of the list here.
No, are you kidding?
It's
Yes.
halftime of the list
Yes.
here. Okay, Jeremy's here.
Ahi
yeah.
crisps.
What are these? These are ahi tuna crisps.
Ahi tuna crisps.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I heard you like
I was
them.
told that bars don't have ahi tuna crisps in the
I
Twin
wonder
Cities.
where those came from.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe you guys
that's-
can try some delicious ahi tuna crisps.
Boneless barbecue wings with some ranch.
Delicious.
Dex, why don't you
Should I
try
take the
one?
first?
Judd, why don't you try an
Oh,
ahi
I
tuna
love
crisp?
I love them at a place like this.
right.
Yeah.
High class Red Cow.
I think bar food. Here's the bite.
Mushrooms.
Here it is.
Swiss.
Oh,
Truffle aioli for your truffle fries.
okay.
Same as last time, I think.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I'm a
Well,
creature of
well,
habit.
ultimate with truffle fries here.
Ultimate over here.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Lettuce, tomato, onion. More truffle aioli. Right
Perfection.
back.
Right, here we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Here, I'll take it.
Cheers, Judd.
I got no problem with it. I love
Cheers
these things.
to the ahi tuna crisp.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
Pretty
It
close
did
up
not
on this
go
one.
correctly. That was on there.
Yeah, it's 3D. Would you like an ahi tuna crisp?
And I got your 60-40 here.
Thank you.
Coleslaw.
Thank
Y'all
you.
need anything else right now?
Do you happen to have a napkin in your back pocket?
I can go grab some of that. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're good, man.
All right.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Delicious.
Okay. Number 5. Okay. We're gonna make you wait to eat that till we're done with this list.
Still, oh, that's good. That's good.
I'm
stuff.
gonna have another ahi tuna crisp while you.
Of course you will, because I have to look at this list that I assembled, and I was so proud of it. Now I'm just trying to fly through. All right, Jeff Brady,
Okay.
a Packer in
don't know his
1992, a linebacker for the Vikings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
From 95 to 97. In 3 years as a Viking, 5 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 4.5 sacks, 8 fumble recoveries,
That's a lot.
and he had been a 12th round pick of the Steelers in 91.
Okay.
Had a stop in Green Bay, 8 games in 92, but then actually played a lot as a Viking, and joined the Vikings. He'd gone from the Chargers to the Rams to the Bucks. Found a home here for a while. But he is, so Jennings disappointed me. Brady overachieved, so I put him at 5.
Okay.
I feel like we don't talk about that one enough. I've never heard of him.
No, definitely never has come up in the
There was a
5 years we've been doing
No.
Purple Daily.
There was a certain columnist at the Star Tribune in town who now might host an afternoon drive show who described him thusly. He gave him the nickname Old Swivelhead because he didn't stop the run well.
Old Swivelhead. I like that. Yeah. The Vikings got a few of those guys, I feel like,
Oh yeah.
in their history.
Hey, what happened to that guy? All right, number 4,
Okay.
Zadarius Smith.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
it was a good year.
It was a really good year.
was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
10 sacks,
Yeah.
which was a half a sack behind Danielle Hunter.
And like one of the best defensive players in the league the
At the
first
time,
half
yeah.
of the season,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
knee injury
For sure.
happens.
Yep.
and- yeah, he goes there.
24 hurries, 5 pass breakups, so really good year. He, of course, had been a
Yeah.
Packer from 19 to 21, and then had a year here and was traded to Cleveland. All right, top 3. Trigger warning on 3.
Oh boy.
Trigger warning, do
Oh, boy.
not send me your comments. This is about his football career, okay?
Well, I can
Oh. Yeah, it's
Because
a
he was
football
a
list.
really good Viking.
Yeah.
Darren Sharp.
Yeah, he's got a great podcast. It's called One Call a Week.
And he might call me
Clink,
now
clink.
because he's so...
Yeah. I had his jersey. I wore a
Dude, he was
sharper
really good here.
football jersey to high school
Yeah.
on numerous occasions.
Was it orange?
It was not
Did
the
it-
orange
did it-
alternate.
wasn't a
Did it have
jumpsuit.
pinstripes on
It was
it?
not the orange alternate one.
Darren Sharper, a Packer from 97 to 2004, and a Viking from 2005 to 2008.
He was a great player.
Get this, you
Great play.
guys. I forgot about stats here. As a Viking, 18 picks,
Yep.
3 touchdowns in 4 years and 62 games. Started all 62 games.
Yeah.
9 picks and 2 touchdowns in 2005.
Yeah.
Huge season, yeah.
Broke up 38 passes, 2 forced fumbles, recovered 3. He's third.
Yeah.
And you could argue he should be second.
I mean, I think we know who the next 2 are, but I don't think not calling him top 3, I think that is correct. Like, he's got to be top 3.
I think there was no question
on,
about it.
on the field, yes. I can tell you, we've told this story before, but he used to be a regular Friday guest on the old Royce and Mackey radio show.
Yep.
And we always commented, he was always like in random hotels, traveling around.
Found out why.
And we were always like, oh, that guy seems to be just in a lot of hotels traveling. And boy, that got less funny as the news came out. He was supposed to be on, I think the day that he got arrested. He like wouldn't pick up the phone and
Well,
we're like, why isn't he? This is the time he's supposed to be on. What's happening? He had some bigger fish to fry that day. So
the law enforcement officials probably were like, who's calling him right now?
yeah. It's Patrick Royce.
Phil Mackey, Patrick Royce.
An accomplice.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Okay.
Ryan Longwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now again, you could argue Sharper should be 2 and Ryan should be 3, but Longwell provided stability that we just, quite frankly, kicking wise, don't see here.
He's great. Yeah. And they never gave him a chance to kick the field goal. In New Orleans. Like, that's it's borderline Longwell range. We need to run another play. Just trust him, man. Trust his leg. Yeah.
86% on field goals, 97.9 on PATs. But yes, if you call him today and say, you think you could have made that one against the Saints? He's going to tell you yes.
Yeah,
I'm going to need another ahi tuna crisp after that one.
No
right
hyperbole. He is the best kicker of my lifetime. Vikings kicker.
Well,
and I don't think it's like, I don't think that's debatable.
And he didn't drive you crazy.
No, he didn't break your heart. He didn't drive you crazy. He was consistent as heck.
You know, Blair Walsh, when he took the job, his rookie year, made all those 50-yard field goals. You're like, oh my God, this is great. But Ryan had the most okay.
He's going to make it.
He can't do what he can't do, but he's going to do a lot of good things.
Yep.
And number 1, no surprise, Brett Favre.
Yeah.
2009 and 10, and I know
2000,
2010 was a disaster, and it wasn't all Favre's fault. 2009, though, was a magical carpet ride, and in all of sports, he is one of the ultimate. I'm going to stick it to a team that I once loved.
One of the most fun seasons in the history of the team. There's still this parallel path where if he doesn't throw the interception and they win the Super Bowl, what happens? The Vikings retire his jersey.
Easily.
They put him in the Ring of Honor.
And when does he get back in with the Packers?
Does he never get back in because they're all weird and hold grudges, you know?
Yep. The fan base, you're right.
So it makes sense. Brett Favre.
Good list.
So Brett Favre won, but of
Nice job.
the 65 guys who have played for both teams, that's a list of guys that went from Green Bay to the Vikings.
Yeah.
And I would say, in fairness to you guys, I would say the contributions, the top 7 made some, top 8. I mean, Stenerud had the good year kicking, but a terrible year. And then Breland and Sullivan are default picks.
I'm a Robert Ferguson stan. I feel like he was snubbed a little bit here. Probably should have been on the actual
3
list.
receptions for 25 yards.
But a bunch of great blocks on the perimeter to open up Adrian Peterson runs. So, congratulations. You deserve a sip and a fry.
Thank you.
There it is. Purple over beers here at Red Cow in Uptown. Cheers, you guys. Hey, to Packers becoming Vikings.
To kickers
Aaron
who can
Jones,
make it.
You're next.